How many times do you say, I wish I had more time to exercise or to read a book or to just spend time with family and friends? Put it another way, you might say something like, I could have done whatever if I just had more time. We say this all the time to ourselves because for some reason, 24 hours just doesn't seem like it's enough. But consider what the Roman philosopher Seneca once said. He once said, it's not that we have a shortage of time, it's that we don't use it wisely. Life is long if we know how to use it. Ouch. That's a little bit of tough love, isn't it? So, in this episode, I want to talk to you about your most valuable resource, which is time, and how you can carve out time in the day to do some of the things that you enjoy. But before we get started, I want to welcome back the people who have been here before, and I want to welcome in any new viewers. I'm Constance Howard, executive coach on a mission to help women gain unstoppable confidence. Too often we're plagued by questions like, am I enough? And can I do this job? And even though we're successful, that self doubt plagues us. I know it did me for so many years. And when I was finally able to gain the skills that would help me break free of that constant doubt, I vowed that I would help other women do the same. If that sounds anything like you, put it in the comments below that you want a one on one conversation with me and I'll follow up. You can also head over to my website, ConstanceHowardLLC.com, and you can book a one on one appointment there. Now, one more reminder, hit the subscribe button and click the bell so you'll be notified when any new videos are posted. We all know the benefits of having time for ourselves, right? When you don't have time for yourself, you drain your energy, you drain your batteries. And there are times when you find yourself just operating on fumes. Have you had that happen to you? I know that for too long I operated on dead batteries. I was in auto. I didn't have time to relax, rejuvenate, refresh myself. And those are some of the key components to building your confidence. Without time to reflect on who you are and where you're going, without time to just think about your values and your beliefs, right? You drain your ability to act and to be confident. Creating time or having time for yourself is so important for you in terms of how you relate to your family members and how you relate to your friends. It means everything. Time gives you the ability to develop your skills, to explore hobbies, right? To develop your self awareness. And without self awareness, you're not going to be able to build confidence. So it's really important that you find time for yourself. Now, I know a lot of you are probably thinking, yeah, I know it's important for me to have some time to myself, but I have a whole lot of responsibilities. I just want to remind you that when you're operating on a dead battery, it's hard to give to the ones that you love. When you are full, rested, rejuvenated, you have the resources and you have the mental capacity to give to those around you. Spending time for yourself, finding time for yourself, those are not selfish pursuits. Those are things that you have to do in order to fulfill the responsibilities that you have day in, day out. So I want to talk to you today. Got four things I want you to do. Four things I want you to try to see if you can carve out time for the things that are important to you. And I'm all but going to guarantee you that if you follow these steps, you will be able to find time to pursue some of your goals and to explore some of your hobbies. So, are you ready? Let's get started. First off, I want you to grab your journal, and please don't tell me you're not journaling, because journaling is such a great way for you to get out what's in here, right? Some of the negative stuff, some of the stuff that's been weighing you down. And often when you put it on paper, you're able to see it better. If you put it on paper, walk away and come back, a lot of times the solution is right there staring at you. So please tell me that you're journaling. And if you're not, please start journaling. For this exercise, you will need a pen and some paper. And the first thing that I want you to do is I want you to write down all of the things that you would do if you had more time. Put it on paper. What would you do? Exercise, read more books, uh, learn how to play pickleball, maybe. Whatever it is, I want you to put it on paper. Maybe go back to that list of resolutions that you created in January, and take a look at one or two things that you really would like to find time to do. Again, I think this is important because it reminds you of who you are. It reminds you of, the person you were maybe 5 or 10 years ago. Also, this is a great exercise because it reminds you of the things that you want to achieve in 2024. It reminds you of maybe some of the hobbies that you gave up. I was going to say I used to be a tennis player, and really, I used to play tennis in college, and I haven't played for a long time. I would love to get back to that. I'd love to get back to reading some of those books that are stacked up on the table next to my bed. I would like to carve out time for those things. So write down everything that you would like to carve out time for, and then just review it. Think about it a little bit. And it might be something that you used to do 5, 10, 15 years ago that you'd like to get back to, but you've kind of put it on the back burner and you've forgotten about it because you don't have time. Now is your opportunity to put all of that on paper and see what you come up with. Okay, so now that we have that one down, the second thing I want you to do is do a time audit. Yeah. I want you to start the very next day, whenever you're watching this, the very next day, I want you to do a time audit. What time did you get up? What time did you have breakfast? What time did you, shower, get dressed? Everything that you do in a day, I want you to put it on paper. Why is this important? Because when you do a time audit, you're able to see where your time goes. Do you spend time first thing in the morning checking social media? A lot of times we get up and we say we're only going to do it for maybe 5 or 10 minutes. And then 20 minutes, 30 minutes later, we're still down that rabbit hole. Doing a time audit will show you exactly where you spend your time. And when I say write down everything in your day, write down everything in your day. What time did you get into the office? How much time did you spend chit-chatting with your coworkers? How much time did you dedicate to lunch? Did you go to lunch? How much travel time did that require? Write it all down, because this is going to be an eye-opening exercise for you. And again, I think you're going to find that you're spending time doing things that don't really move the needle, don't really help you get to the goals that you want to achieve. So write everything down. One of the things for me that I had to realize was that I spent too much time looking at the ads that came over, in my email. Somebody would say, "Oh, I have a sale next week," and then I'm down that rabbit hole looking at, what's going to be on sale and do they have my size. And I realized that I was wasting, chunks of time that I could devote to something else. Now, before you start thinking, well, there's no fun in being so rigid, I'm not suggesting that you become very rigid. But what I am suggesting is that you do this time audit so that you can see where your time goes. And if you're happy with that, okay, that's fine. But you should be aware of where your time is going. Hey, don't go anywhere. Before I wrap up this episode, I want to remind you to hit the subscribe button and click the bell so you'll be notified whenever new videos are posted. Thanks for your support. Okay, step 3, use your time audit. Figure out where you've wasted time. I'm just going to be blunt with you, where you wasted time. And then I want you to insert what you could do instead of the activity that you're doing. So, for example, if you find, like me, that I spent 30 minutes um, looking at ads from from stores and other, websites, what I decided to do is to take that time to develop content for my YouTube channel or my Facebook channel, right? So instead of 30 minutes doing that, I spend 30 minutes just quietly thinking about the content that I could develop. That may be something that you could do. If you find yourself, you have 20 minutes, well, what else can you devote that 20 minutes to? I had a client who wanted to start her business. And one of the things she said was that she had a newborn baby. And so she said, obviously, it was very difficult for her to find time to do anything. She couldn't even find time to sleep. But she had the burning desire in her heart to start her own business. So when she put the baby down for a nap, that's when she would work on her business. And she didn't care if it was 15 minutes or 20 minutes or 45 minutes. She would devote that time to working on her business. And little by little, she was able to start her business. You see, we're not going to get any more than 24 hours. None of us is going to get more than 24 hours. It's how we use those hours to achieve the things and become the person who we want to become. And without knowing what it is you want and who you want to become, you're never going to be able to build your confidence. And confidence is the key to you stepping out of your comfort zone and starting your own business or leaving a job that's unfulfilling for you. Right? You got to have that kind of confidence. And you have to be confident enough to stand up for yourself, ask for a raise, go for promotions. So this isn't just an exercise for you to figure out how you can, carve out time to play pickleball. As I said earlier, though, that's not a bad reason to carve out time. This is so important because you are in the confidence building business. And that means you are in the knowing you, the authentic you, what you want, who you want to become. And you can't be a hamster on a wheel going around and around and around, but going nowhere. That's not going to lead you to your goals. So let me just recap here. The first thing I want you to do is to write down everything you wish you had time to do, all of your goals and your dreams and all of the things that you wish you had time to do. Number 2, big, big, big number 2, do a time audit. Find out where your time is going. How are you spending your time? And then 3, I want you to redirect your attention. So instead of those ads and things, I want you to redirect that time to something that will, as they say in sports, move the ball down the field. And number 4 is critical as well. I want you to create your day. Create your day, create your week, create your month. However you feel comfortable doing, however far out you feel comfortable doing. Do that. Start with a day. Create your best day. What time would you get up? What would what would be the next step? Would you have breakfast? Would you take a shower? Whatever your day is, map it out so that time does not get away from you. And list your non negotiables. What do I mean by non negotiables? Things that you have to do in the morning. I know I'm not a mom. So, the first thing that I do in the morning, my non negotiable is from 5 a to 6 a, I do prayer and meditation. That's non negotiable. Now, is every day the same? No, there are days when it doesn't happen, but I don't beat myself up over it, right? I don't beat myself over it. I keep it moving, so to speak. But I know that that's not the day that I would create for myself. My day includes a 5 to 6 a prayer meditation. And because I'm a breakfast person, I go into breakfast and then I do my first workout for the day. Now, that may not be possible for you. Everybody's journey, everybody's day is unique to them. But I want you to create what your day would look like. Create the day without the distractions. So you're going to go back to your time audit and you're going to see that, wow, from 8 to 8:30, I was down that social media rabbit hole. I'm going to take that away. I'm going to do something else. Maybe you prepare your lunch so that when you get to work, you're not worried about what am I going to eat today? Where am I going to go to get the food? You're not worried about all of that. Create your best day. And as part of your best day, I want you to give yourself grace and I want you to give yourself grace and uh, it just I just went out of my mind. I want you to give yourself grace and mercy because we are all, doing our best to achieve our goals, spend time with our loved ones, take care of our house, our home, our families, right? We're all running to do a lot of things. And as I said, we only get 24 hours. You have to make the most of your 24 hours. Otherwise, you're never going to be able to reflect on who you are. You're never going to be able to bring out that authentic you. You're never going to be able to develop confidence that sticks and stays, right? So I want you to do this process. One, please journal, but one, write down everything you wish you had time for, everything you would do if you just had a little bit more time. Two, do a time audit. See where your time goes. See where time is wasted and how you can redirect it. Three, I want you to I want you to create your three is see where you waste time and how you can redirect your efforts, redirect that time. And four, I want you to create your day. Create the day that at the end of the day, you would say, wow, I got a lot done. And I moved the needle for me. I did some things during the day that I truly enjoyed, some things that I really wanted to do. And I was able to spend some time with my family and friends and not worry about the very next thing I had to do. That's the goal. I want you to carve out time just for you, just to be and become whoever it is you want to become. Now, do me a favor, comment below on what resonated with you in this episode and tell me what you want to carve out time for. Remember, you can schedule a one-on-one free appointment with me. You can just leave that in the comment section and I will make sure that I follow up with you. You can also head over to my website, which is ConstanceHowardLLC.com, and you can book a free appointment there. I hope I hear from you. Okay, and one last reminder, hit the subscribe button and click the bell so you'll be notified when any new videos are posted. Thanks again, and I will see you next time.